Hello. It's been a little while. I wanted to share something that's come to me um, to kind of get back into, as I'm sure you um, may have been experiencing the shouting of everything that's going on in our world, politically, and just in the world in general, with, excuse me, with everything happening. And we can really get pulled away from that. And I certainly have gone down, I call it the rabbit hole. But what I've noticed and come back to in the last few days as I get back into doing a meditation first thing in the morning is that all of the happenings in the world is about change, right? And we are in a time of great change. And whether that change is positive or negative can depend on many things, I suppose. But what can we do, right? If we go into that fear and into our root chakra, which is what all of this is hitting, right? Survival. Our root chakra is about survival, tribalism, and fear and fight, right? And for many with trauma, that can also be triggering back into depression and hopelessness and feeling vulnerable and weak and frightened. So the root chakra of the world is being definitely impacted by many, many things in the world. And so getting back into a morning practice, which doesn't have to be, I think often we get into these mindsets that meditation has to be sitting cross-legged for hours on end, and it is not. For some people, that's their calling and that's what they do. Absolutely, that's very cool. But for the rest of us, maybe it's not that. It's really intention. And for me, energy. Everything is energy in my world. And that's what I always come back to is energy. So what I'm going to share today is a way of not only moving energy and a higher vibrational energy, but calling back your energy from all of the places and people and events. And for those of you who believe in past lives, even past lives, right? How do we bring our own energy into us, our own experience, to access our own higher vibrational being and our own information? Because there's a plethora of information out there, depending on where you look, whether you're looking for political or historic or spirituality or even in religions. There are it's so much information because we are definitely in a time which is a blessing and a bane of having so much energy or information available to us. We still have to filter what it is we believe, what are our values, how are we moving in the world. And so I want to offer this not in a way of spiritual bypassing, because there are things happening, and there are things happening in your world that are not good, whether it be health related, whether it be financial, whether you're dealing with some kind of a weather event, catastrophe, a death of a loved one being ill. These are all things in the human world, and they are real. By raising our vibration and being up as high as we can be, right? We can bring something to the table and not sink down into the fear and the hopelessness and the helplessness and the despair, or even the anger, because what I've been noticing is just all the anger and the meanness, which is really coming out of this fear, right? People are just in a lot of fear. You don't attack other people unless you're in fear. No matter what they say, ultimately it's fear, right? So thinking about those things is where I bring this to the table. And acknowledging that these things are happening. And maybe we feel sad and we need to have a cry out. And then come back to how do we raise up our energy so we can keep going. So again, as with always, I say if you're very visual, then use that. If you are also an energy feeler, use that. And if you feel like, well, I'm not visual and I don't feel very much, then it's just about setting your intention and having faith that it's working. And then just notice how you feel when you do it, or afterwards, or if things start getting lighter, or clarity comes, like what is my next step? You can't have clarity when you're in the middle of that fear, root chakra, tribalism stuff. So that's what I offer. So I would just have you begin by wherever you're at, sitting, laying, just imagine that you have like a tree root that is hooked to where your chakra is, which is around the end of your tailbone and around your hips. And this tree root, or it could be a pipe, it could be anything that you might imagine, but it's got a opening in it. So it goes all the way down through Mother Earth and either to a river, an ocean, a water, or the magna core, where the energy is going to be transmuted. Whatever energy we let go of that's negative, heavy, not useful for us, we're going to let it go. And it's going to go down this tree. For me, it's a tree root, right? So it's like I have a tree root that starts out big. As it goes down, it goes all the way down and it hooks in. And I usually hook into the magna core of the earth because it's instant transmutation. And sometimes recently it's been more thinking about water and letting water just turn that into food for the earth, So whichever one you choose, just imagine that that's there and it's hooked in. It's hooked in and it is available for any kind of gunk that needs to go out. And then at the bottom of your feet, you're just going to imagine, right, that the healing part of Mother Earth, the good parts of Mother Earth are coming through, slowly and gently moving out any negativity through the bottom of your feet, on up through your shins, your calves, around your knees, around your thighs, up through your hips, and all through that bottom layer, your pelvic region, your hips, the back of your tailbone area, is moving any of that heavy energy, negative energy that doesn't belong to you even, out and down and through, and going down that root chakra, that tree root area, and down into Mother Earth to be transmuted. And just feel that flowing. Once you feel that going pretty good, and again, it can be very quick, doesn't have to be long. Then you start with the top of your head, and you're going to ask and intend that the universal energy of love, the Christ-like energy, whatever feels good for your belief system, is coming in through the top of your head and flowing down. And even if you just want to use physics, right? That higher vibrational energy is coming in through the top of your head. And it's going through the brain, right? It's clearing out all the gunk, all the negativity. It's also invigorizing the neural pathways and the knowledge and the sparks, getting things to connect through the brain. and getting it to come on down through the back of your neck. And it's clearing out all of those pathways down through your spine, which is where all your nerve endings are, where all the connections go through. So all the way down through your spine, that energy is flowing, moving out any negativity, dark energy, heaviness, moving out any energies that don't belong to you as well, moving it all out. And that energy comes back up through the front of your body, your torso, and out through your arms. And that energy is flowing down through all your muscles, your tendons, your organs, your blood, your bone. It's flowing through every parts of your body and moving out. And even when the energy comes out of your hands, it's connecting back into that root chakra, that tree root, and any negative energy is going down and flowing down into that and out and being transmuted into Mother Earth. And just feeling that flow. And don't judge it. Just allow it. And if it feels like the energy kind of gets stuck in a little way, you just slow it down to where it can kind of, like water washes, dirt off a rock, let it just work and move that stuck energy out and letting it go and letting it go and letting it go. And you feel like you've got a pretty good flow going, and you just sit with that and feel it. Feel it feeding your body, feeding all the atoms, the neurons, the tendons, the tissue, the blood, all of that, it's feeding you. Now I want you to just, with your intention again, you're going to call back your energy from all the people, places, events, and times where you have left your energy, you've allowed, and when I say allowed, not in judgment, but someone to take your energy. I want you to call that back just with your intention, with a strong intention, without getting wrapped up in the story of who, what, when, or where. Just, I'm calling back my own energy, my own wisdom, my own knowing, my own essence, my own life force energy. I'm calling it back. And as it starts coming back, you start seeing it come in through like a golden sun above your head. And just imagining that you have this golden sun above your head and all that energy you're calling back that belongs to you, it's your life force. It's coming back into that golden sun. And as it gets transmuted and it gets cleared of anything that's attached to it that doesn't belong to you, that doesn't need to be, it's coming back healed. It comes in with that universal energy that is flowing into your body, and your energy starts coming back into you, your life force energy. Allow this life force energy to come in. And you may feel it very subtly. And you may feel even pieces come back, like a whole little piece coming back into your heart or your gut or your stomach or any parts of your body or your back even. Clearing, coming back in, settling back into where it belongs to you, calling back in your life force energy and allowing that to just come in and settle in and integrate into your system. This is something you can do every day just by setting the intention and bringing yourself back to center without judgment. Because we've all had these experiences where we've felt drained. We feel like we're lost. But we all have the ability to have our own innate wisdom and connection to the divine. It's good to listen to other people, but unless we know inside, then we don't really know what the truth is for us. So we have to come back to center and calling on our own connection to the divine, our own higher wisdom, our own knowing. And yes, that may change over time. That's the nature of being on this planet in these human bodies. And as we evolve and grow into more compassionate, loving, energetic beings, we can raise this vibration so the changes that are coming are not going to feel like tsunamis to us. We're going to go, oh, this is what we're doing. This is where we're going. This is what I need to do. This is the choice that's best in this moment. It gets us out of that fear and that lower vibrational self that is of no use to us or anyone else. And if we fall and we go into that, that's fine. Just like I did the last couple of days, I've said, you know what? This is not helping me. I need to get back. If I really want to help myself, my friends, my family, the world, I have to be in a higher state of being. And that's all I can do. I hope this is helpful. If you have any feedback, please leave a comment. Otherwise, I send you my love. And know that we're going to get through these times. We are. So breathe. And I hope you will join me in attempting to do this every day when we wake up. 5-10 minutes, turn on that energy, call back our energies. And also releasing anybody's energy we may be holding on to and sending them back to them in love. That's the last piece. Thank you. Blessings.